Hello and welcome everyone to a short discussion on whether one should go for CBAP or CCBA. IIBA has recently revised the examination pattern, and earlier we used to see a lot of people who had about 4 years experience also aspiring for CBAP because for them they found that the examination fee is exactly same between CBAP and CCBA, so they always prefer to wait for CBAP. But with V3 things are very different between the two schemes, and it is essential that all professionals understand the differences very well before they make up their mind whether to go for CBAP or CCBA. So as you know, CCBA is the second level examination aimed at professionals with about 2 to 3 years experience, CBAP as an examination is the third level, which is the highest level right now available. CBATL will take some time to come in, and CBAP expects someone to have 5 years of BA experience. Now let's compare both the standards side by side and see how they fare with each other. The first criteria, if you look at education, both CCBA and CBAP do not have any requirement on education. So this is something new in V3 scheme. Earlier in V2, at least it was expected that you would have a 12 years of schooling, which is not expected in V3, which means anybody who can prove his or her competence can become a certified business analyst, which is a great thing. Coming to the experience, this is where the two standards differ significantly. CCBA expects you to have 3750 hours of BA experience, whereas CBAP expects you to have 7500 hours of experience in 10 years. For CCBA, this experience should be within last 7 years. And the knowledge area wise requirements are, in CCBA, in 2 knowledge areas you must have 900 hours, or in 4 knowledge areas you should have 500 hours. For CBAP, it is 4 knowledge areas and 900 hours. So if you see, unless you really clearly have 5 years of BA experience, you should not be aiming for CBAP. The other thing that requires a difference is the PD hours or the training hours. For CCBA, it is 21 hours, and for CBAP, it is 35 hours. So obviously, typically a CBAP training will cost you a little more because the training institute has to provide you 14 more hours of training. References are both same in both the cases. You need 2 references. They can be your career manager or client or a CBAP. But one of them must be current. So please remember that all the references that you provide, between the two, one reference should be contactable by IIBA if needed. Coming to the exam pattern and type, if you see, CCBA is a 3-hour exam and CBAP is 3.5 hours, so there isn't hardly any difference. CCBA has 130 questions and CBAP has 120 questions. So it looks like CBAP has less number of questions, but the pattern of exam questions is very different. For CCBA, it's mostly scenario-based questions, and when we say scenario, it's essentially a question with 2, 3, 4 lines of description. Whereas CBAP has close to 40% of its questions from case-based questions, which is about, say, page or 2 page long. So one must be able to understand the context very well when one is going for CBAP-based examination. And on each case, you may be asked 3 to 4 questions. The preparation effort that we estimate is about 80 to 100 hours for CCBA and 100 to 150 hours for CBAP, because CBAP exam is tougher than CCBA. So the preparation duration also varies. We typically say 40 to 60 days would be good enough for CCBA, whereas you need 60 to 80 days for CBAP. Coming down to the distribution of questions among the knowledge areas, if you see, both the standards play a lot of emphasis on requirement analysis and design. If you see, CCBA it's 32%, for CBAP it is 30%. Typically CCBA focuses more on the junior BA expectation, so elicitation gets 20%, requirements lifecycle management gets 18%, planning monitoring gets 12%, strategy analysis gets 12%, solution evaluation gets 6%. Whereas the emphasis on strategy analysis and solution evaluation is more in CBAP. So strategy analysis gets 15%, requirements LCM gets 15%, solution evaluation gets 14%, planning monitoring gets 14%, and elicitation collaboration gets 12%. So in a sense, CBAP is far more balanced than CCBA. Coming to the examination fees, both are identical in terms of the fee structure. The membership fee costs you between $55 to $125 depending on which country you are in. Application review fee is $125 and exam fee is $325. Now coming to the final verdict, what we have observed over last 6-7 months of the exam schemes being launched, CBAP is significantly tougher exam than CCBA. So if you do not have clear 5 years BA experience, we would always recommend you to look at CCBA than CBAP. And if you are planning to go for CBAP, be prepared for a more stringent preparation than CCBA. Coming to what Adaptive offers as part of our learning portfolio, we offer Success Guarantee. I just discussed about it. We offer 36 hours of faculty-led training for CBAP and 24 hours for CCBA. We offer 100 plus learning videos, close to 2,000 questions for preparing yourself for CBAP and CCBA. Our faculties have been on board for IIBA, BABAP development and question development. We also offer you audiobook and flashcards, and all our sessions are conducted live on WebEx on weekends, which means you don't have to plan for any travel or anything for yourself. Thank you. If you want to reach us, you can always visit our website, adaptiveus.com, or write to us at info@adaptiveus.com, or you can call us at 877-872-2860, which is the toll-free number. Thank you for watching this video on CBAP versus CCBA.